burden. overburdened. Good day.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened. I am overburdened. I am overburdened. can't carry anymore.
Thanks.
I can't carry anymore.
Thanks.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Oh, thank you, Les. Appreciate it. Well, actually, my birthday's tomorrow. But we were celebrating the whole weekend. Wife wanted to go big as the big 4-0. Been like the whole month. Been celebrating quite a bit. She got me that awesome Fallout backpack, the one that's the official from the Fallout TV show. It's awesome.
I can't carry anymore.
I was getting a lot of people. I went to a card show Saturday. There's a lot of people there that were like, oh my god, that's so awesome. And it is awesome. I was trying to get one for myself, and every time I tried to go order one, it was sold out. And then she would keep an eye out on the Bethesda store to try to get me one. And then they popped up on Amazon, and they are the official. It's an official one. This is freaking awesome.
Thanks.
I was happy to get that. As well as she got me that box of Mega Symphonia that we opened up the other night. And then kept getting me all kinds of stuff. Pretty much everything that we opened the other night was all from her. All the Edge of Eternity, because she knows I've been trying to get the Lotus Field from that. So she's been following me all month, man. And then we're fixing to take a big trip out to Big Bend end of December. She asked me if I wanted to go here in October for my birthday. And I said no, because last time we went it was still super hot. And like when we went in October. And right now it's still like high of 91. So camping out there, it's just not ideal. Yeah, we've been still trucking along. I've been getting lucky. Got a guy here in town that is able to get to the restocks if I'm not able to, and he picks up stuff for me, which is awesome. I appreciate him doing that. And I also do a lot of trade with him. He's got a little a booth here at one of the antique shops here in town, so I get a lot of stuff traded from him. And then Saturday I went to a local game store, and a couple of local game stores in Corpus, and I traded away like all buy non-personal collection doubles and stuff like that, and got a whole bunch of credit. It was about $400. Just, small things here and there that we don't, not in the personal collection, but I normally take to shows to trade towards, things that I want. Like at the show, guy had a Lysia's Appeal out of Surging Sparks, the SIR, and I remember when when it first came out, when Surging Sparks first came out, it was not cheap, and it was at $37, in awesome condition. I had a bunch of little things that he wanted, so I got the Lysia's Appeal, got some other cards that the wife wanted, and then he ended up owing me money on top. So we did very good at the show. We were gonna do the Inferno X, a booster box opening of that. But while we were at the show, because the Inferno X, man, is like price dumb, like 160 for a box, right? And it's because everybody wants that dang Charizard, and I don't want the Charizard. But when we were at the show, we got pretty much all the singles from Inferno X that we wanted, and we got them for like, I think the most was like $5 for one, which is, if you look at the top 3 chase cards in the Japanese version of Phantasmal Flames, it's like top, they're all Charizard. And then the prices drop drastically after that. I think like one of them's like $700 for the SIR, right? And then it's like, I don't know, a couple hundred for the one other one, and then like the Oricorio is like 77 or something like that. And then you go look at all the other IRs and everything, it's like, yeah, $2, $5, hardly anything. And I just want the Wigglytuff. I wanted the Wigglytuff, the what was it? The Wigglytuff, the Dugong, the Piplup, and the wife wanted the Yamper. So we got all of those except for the Wigglytuff, and the Wigglytuff's only like $5. So wife was like, well, if you still want to open one, it's kind of pointless. And I said, you know what? I'd rather get the Mega Symphonia, because I have Acerio's Mischief in English. I said, I bet it looks amazing in Japanese. And I wouldn't mind getting Gardevoir SIR in Japanese. I'm sure it looks amazing as well.
I can't carry anymore.
And well, I pulled Acerio's Mischief, the full art in Japanese, and yeah, that thing looks amazing compared to the English version. And Japanese quality is just so much better. Because, I got rid of Cynthia's Garchomp. Oh, I paid attention. I got rid of Cynthia's Garchomp from Best of Rivals. Because, I didn't really want it. It was one of those ones that I ended up pulling in that first booster box that I got of Destiny Rivals. And I was kind of devastated because I didn't want that one. I wanted Misty, Psyduck, and the Lapras.
I am overburdened.
Oh, he did die. Oh, man, great. I hate this guy. I hate you, creepy creature. But yeah, we were at a show earlier this month, late last month, I guess. And the Mewtwo had gone up to a little bit over 500. And when I had last looked at it, like right before the show, it was like 3 something. Like 380 382 or something. I got to the show, it was like 505, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's gotta be wrong. So everybody was offering me almost full price for it, and I was like, nah, there's nothing really here that I want, and I don't want to just sell it just for cash. You know, I didn't want $500 cash. I wanted to use it towards trade. And the wife really wants the bubble Mew. So I saw Lily's Determination out of Mega there, the SIR, day after release, mind you. This show was the day after the release of Mega, and somebody had it, relatively, decently priced. So I was like, I'll trade you this Cynthia's Garchomp and for that Lily's Determination. And he was like, and I had looked at it earlier that day, and it was like 180 the night before when I decided to take it with me to maybe use for trade, because it wasn't going to grade a 10. It had whitening on the back, and I told the guy up front, I was like, yeah, I'm not keeping it because I don't like it, and it's not going to grade a 10. It's going to probably grade a 9.
I can't carry anymore.
On a good day, might have been an 8, just because out of the pack it was already
I'm overburdened.
whitening on the back corners and the top borders and stuff. And he wanted it, and then he looks it up and he's like, okay, I'll give you, 80% trade. I was like, all right, cool. He's like, I'm actually going to owe you money on top of you getting Lily. So traded for that and for some of the blisters of Mega, and still ended up with cash on top. So I was like, wow, I did really good, I actually walked out of the show. I think I got the wife a lot of what she wanted out of White Flare and Black Bolt, and I ended up with, like I said, cash on top. And at the end of the day, I also bought her a plushie and some other stuff, and I walked away with $10 profit and a bunch of cards and Lily's Determination, the SIR, and the full art. So I was happy about that. This last show that just happened on Saturday, I didn't even know what was happening till we were having lunch, and then one of the guys that runs another one of the guys that runs a booth here in town at the antique store had posted on social media, on Facebook and Snapchat, that he was going to be there, or on Instagram that he was going to be there vending. And I was like, man, that's right down the road. I didn't even know what was going on. So we went to the show. Of course, the wife got a lot of what she wanted. And I ended up with the Ludicolo. That's the other one that I wanted from Inferno X, which is what I'm going to want in English from Phantasmal, because it's a banana jerky artwork, and I love his artwork. It just makes me laugh so much, and it's just a goofy looking Pokemon, and I love it. And it was like $2. So I ended up with that, and I ended up with like one other. Oh yeah, Lycia's Appeal, the SIR from Surgeon. So I got what I wanted, and the wife got just about everything she wanted. She always makes out real good at the shows with me. She gets all her chase cards that she wants. And that
I can't carry anymore.
that's the thing. It's like we like to collect the smaller cards. We're not going after the big pulls unless it was something like Lily's Determination and Aciola's Mischief. But if I got a Gardevoir, cool. I want the Venusaur. I pulled the Ivysaur. I want the Venusaur because that's my boy. Even though the artwork out of 151 is very,
I
it's
am overburdened.
superior compared to it, you know. A lot better looking card. But I want it because I just collect Venusaur. And all the little cards that she wants out of Black Bolt and White Flare. Like, before it became known as the Booger Mew, it was like a $5 card or something like that. So, she wanted that and like the Vulpix. I forget what else. Oh, an Umbreon. That's a nice little find from a rat's nest. Are you kidding me? Oh, random number generator. RNGesus. Looked out for us. But, you know, that's what we wanted. We want the smaller hits. We don't want the big things. And, you know, we're actually collectors. We're not just flipping stuff and trying to make money. We're in it for the actual artwork and the love of certain Pokemon and what have you. And it's just, sometimes it's kind of sickening going to some shows and seeing the price of sealed product. 'Cause it's like, I pick up some Mega on restock day, and it's, you know, $5 a pack. And you go to a show the next day, and they're selling it for $10 a pack. They're selling the little 3-pack blisters for $30 a box, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I just bought some of those for like $16 or whatever. And then you see the ETBs that, if you're lucky, get there in time, line up and, you know, get one for $55 or $60, whatever it is. They're going for like $105. And it's like that
I am overburdened.
that just released yesterday. The Vulpix is very cute, and it reminded me of that Flareon that they had. I think it's the promo where it's by the fireplace as well. So the wife has that one, and she had to have the Vulpix. And you know what was so sad? I was at the show Saturday, and there was a guy there that was a huge Japanese collector. Like, that was his personal stuff that he collected, was Japanese stuff. And out of Terrestrial Festival, in a CGC 10, he had the Glaceon. He had, was it the Espeon? And like the Glaceon was $75 in a CGC 10. I was like, oh my god. I was like, is that right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, in a CGC 10. I mean, you could probably crack that slab and
I can't carry anymore.
send it to PSA and get a PSA 10. Because you know it graded a 10 in CGC. It's probably going to grade a 10 in PSA unless it comes back a 9.5, right? But to see it at $75 from Terrestrial Festival, when it's like a higher quality card, like, it looks better than the English because the texturing is so much better and stuff like that. There's just those little differences. But a CGC 10 for $75, I almost got it just to get it, you know. So that's a little disheartening. And we were talking, you know, I was like, man, you know, when there's a card that I really want for the artwork, I'll just get it in Japanese because it's so much cheaper. And, you know, we were talking about, I said, you know, we got the Japanese Pikachu from Super Electric Breaker and the English one from Surging Sparks. And the Super Electric Breaker one looks far superior. Oh yeah, I'm hoping it does. Like, in Phantasmal Flames, I think it's going to be another obsidian flames slash stellar crown kind of issue. Do I not have one? Oh, I was about to say, I thought I had a number. Because like when Obsidian Flames came out, right? Nobody really wanted it. Like everybody was like, "Oh, it's Charizard, it's amazing, yada yada yada." Streamers were doing their thing, you know, day of release. And then I forget his name, but he works with that Luna Pools or whatever her name is. She's always on Facebook, and I always see her stuff. She's always just opening stuff, and lots of big hits she pulls. Right? She does her little shorts or whatever on the reels on there. And he's one guy that I guess he had been doing it before, and then she joined in. I guess they're like a little group that do their things together with all the openings and what have you. Well, anyways, he had done, I don't know if it was a case or so of Obsidian Flames, and everybody thought that Charizard SIR was going to be hard to pull. And he pulled, I think, like 3 of them in the same stream. And then he pulled the gold one a couple times in that same stream. And it was like, what else is in that set? You know, like, what else is there? Granted, the Ninetales is beautiful out of Obsidian Flames. But then, I think people got just fatigued of Charizard. You know, like, Charizard's been around forever. Yeah, Poke Card House, I guess, if that's the name of that group. Yeah, he was opening them left and right, and like everybody was making a big deal about it. Then it turns out it was super easy to pull because it was a smaller set. Like a lot of people don't realize that. You know, the Japanese set was the Guardian of the Black Flame or Keeper of the Black Flame or something like that.
I am overburdened.
See, we should get the Ratness again because last time we got that Umbreon. And it was getting pulled left and right. And nobody really cared about it. And then that SIR dropped down to like, I don't know, $25 at one point, I want to say it was. And that was because, I think that version of Charizard wasn't as playable, or something like that. Like, there was a reason why, like, players didn't want it. Like, it wasn't doing good at, the Pokemon tournaments and stuff like that. And then, you know, 151 comes out, and that was a nostalgia factor for everybody, but the boom still hadn't happened, and a lot of your actual collectors at the time were referring to it as the no-neck Charizard, and a lot of, I guess you say, true Charizard collectors didn't like it because it didn't look like Arita's original depiction of Charizard. You know, and that Charizard, I think, was like, when the little one pulled it the first time, it was like a $55 card. And the boom happens, and now everybody wants 151. I remember when it was just sitting there at Best Buy, it was like $120, now $80 for the UPC. And the wife pulled a Charizard as well. And we were trying to get a master set, and you know, we could pick up ETBs. We'd skip getting them at Walmart because they were $55, and we're like, oh, we can get them at the local game store for $30, $35 for 151. You know. And I remember when we wouldn't buy sleeve packs because sleeve packs at Walmart were $4.97, and we could get a booster box for like $90 to $120. So when you did the math, it was like $3 change for a pack. So it made no sense to buy stuff from Walmart. But with And then like a lot of people don't realize
I can't
Phantasmal
carry
Flames
anymore.
is going to be smaller in English, technically, because the Shinji Kanda, what do you call it? Oricorio is going to be a promo in English, and the one of the Charizards, I think the one that like the Mega Charizard that looks like the older Japanese style one, or the older one, the older Mega Charizard, is gonna be a promo as well. I think in that SPC, and then the Charcadet I think is the promo for the ETB, if I'm not mistaken. So those cards are now
I am
being
overburdened.
what do you call it? Taken out of the ability to pull it in English. So that's like 3 cards less for Phantasmal. So it's gonna be a small set. I know release day of Inferno X at the local card show in the town over, or the city over. Like 3 Charizards got pulled the first day. The SIR. Or SAR, Japanese. First day, 3 of them got pulled. Oh, another Worm Skull. We have so many of that. So, I think when all the hype settles and people realize like there's nothing else in this set, it's gonna be like Journey Together. Because Journey Together was stupid. I remember when the pre-orders went up, everybody was pre-ordering it. Oh, it's got an enhanced booster box. You get the stamped promo and
I can't carry anymore.
this, that, and the other, right? And it was just getting sold out like fast. And then went to $240 a box. And then all of a sudden, once all the dust settled, people are like, Journey Together is dumb. I was like, what are you talking about? Journey Together has an Iono that, you know, everybody was losing it for Iono in Paldea Evolved, right? I pulled 3 of them. And that card was like dumb price through the roof when it first came out. And everybody wanted it. And it's like, okay, well, Iono's, you know, one of the main things going on in Journey Together. And then Lily in Japan, Lily's big, right? So Lily's Clefairy should have been a big card. And it kind of is. And it's settled at like a respectable price of like 160 or something like that. Which is, you know, kind of what the price should be. Like, we shouldn't be having cards, I think, going past 200. So I remember when I pulled the Iron Crown out of Temporal Forces release day, everybody, like, online was just blowing up about it. They were blowing up about it. Oh my god, this card is going over $100. This is like the first time in Modern, in Scarlet Violet, that a card is going over $100. Mind you, the boom hadn't happened. The Surging Sparks hadn't happened. Stellar Crown wasn't out yet either. So everybody's making a big deal about it. It's like $120. And I know I was watching it that night. Like, I was watching eBay sales, people putting it up. And sure enough, I think like one of the sales went for over $120. And I was like, well, I got one. Let's see how long it holds that value. It didn't hold it for long. I was going after Bianca's Devotion. So I kept opening up like temporal forces like it was going out of style. Like I'd see it at Walmart, I'd see it at the local game store. I'd be like, "Give me 40 packs." And they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, here you go." I'm like, "Awesome! Give me a booster box. Give me as many ETBs as you got." And I'm sure I looked like crazy because as soon as I'd see the 3-pack blisters show up at Walmart, I'd buy every single one. And like the ladies at the register would look at me like I was weird, right? And even the guy doing the stock, the inventory, like he would look at me like I was weird because I just buy the whole thing. And then 151, the tins were $10 each, and we were like, "Can we just get the whole case?" He's like, "Yeah, no, take the whole box and everything. It's fine. You know, it's just sitting on the shelves. Nobody's really buying it." And we'd buy the whole case, all 10 tins at one time, you know, because we were trying to complete a master set. And there'd still be like 10 ETBs there of 151 just sitting on the shelves. Because it was cheaper, because the ETBs were 55 at Walmart, and you got 9 packs, so that put it at, you know, $6 and some change per pack. And we were like, yeah, it's not worth it. You can get these tins. You get 2 of them for $10. That puts the price at $5 a pack. So that's why we'd buy a whole case of tins instead of the ETBs. Because, you know, 151 didn't have booster boxes. If it did, we'd just probably buy a whole case of booster boxes at the time. You'd probably get them for like 95 booster box. Yeah, missed that shrine. I could have used that. Experience is very slow. It's a level 85 area, and it's like we're hunting for gear rather than experience. But I was buying out temporal forces like crazy, and I finally pulled Bianca in a booster box. Close to my birthday time, actually, at a local game store. Same local game store in Corpus, right? I opened it there, and she was like a $35 card, and I was like, "Oh yes, awesome! I don't have to spend $35 on a card." Because 35 was a little obscene at the time, you know. We were $2 cards, $3 cards. Like I said, the Iron Crown was sitting at 120, and then it lost out to Morty's Conviction at one point, believe it or not. Morty jumped up to like $85. And then I think the top card, I can check, but I think the top card right now is the Raging Bolt. And the wife really wanted that one. And I pulled it, and she stole it from me. But it was different. You know, just even in recent times, how it blew up from temporal forces to Surging Sparks. And no, the Ghastly is the #1 card right now. It's 67. And the Raging Bolt is 66. The Iron Crown is 45. Morty right behind it at 44. So nobody wants temporal forces right now, you know? Beautiful cards in it, you know, the Sawsbuck and the Deerling. Beautiful little connecting card there. The Ghastly was cool. There's just so much that Temporal had going. The Bianca is a gorgeous card. Gorgeous card. Still one of my favorite cards in my collection to this day. I remember Cool Trainer Ryan and Pokey Rev talking about how hard she was to pull. Like I opened up 1,000 packs to try to get Bianca's Devotion. And then Cool Trainer Ryan pulls one real easy, and Rev is like struggling to get one. But that card quickly dropped. Like, quickly. And I thought Stellar Crown was gonna be a big set because it's like you're doing the rainbow bordered cards for the first time, right? We've gotten rid of rainbow cards out of Sword and Shield, and now they're bringing them back. But it was like, okay, it's a rainbow bordered card, but with an SIR feel to it, right? Because nobody liked rainbow cards. The only thing that people wanted was that dang Rainbow Charizard out of Brilliant Stars, right? That was the big, because it was a Charizard. Oh, everybody loves rainbows because it's Charizard. You look at all the other rainbows, and it's like nobody wanted them. Just like the gold cards, the hyper rares, nobody wanted them. Now the Gardevoir comes out, it looks hideous in person. It just looks tacky. The Gardevoir and the what is the Lucario? I don't like them. And now they've dropped drastically. You know, they were about $1,000. I think I looked at they were like a little over 500. But they're ugly. And all of a sudden everybody, oh, gold's back in. Everybody likes the gold. Like, no, you don't. You like the price associated to it. I'm pretty sure most people are like, they get it, they see how much money it's worth, and they're probably just trading it in. Get more stuff. I don't think they're actually like, I don't think anybody's going over there being like, I need to buy that card at $500. I need it in my life, and that price sounds fair. You know? I don't see it. Just like the Mewtwo from Destined Rivals, I don't see how it's a $580 card. It's not that good of an artwork. But I really thought Stellar was gonna, you know, go big, right? Because I said, bring back Rainbow. They're not as tacky as the old Sword and Shield Rainbows. You know, SIR artwork in it, awesome. So it's like the best of both worlds. You know, you got an SIR and then you got Rainbow. And I pulled the Terapagos, the first booster box with the Squirtle. And I really thought it was going to go hit up big because of the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur in there as well. I was like, 151 hit hard, you know, people, well, for the craze, you know, everybody, it brought back a lot of people into the hobby. You know, they were like, oh, 151, I love the Bulbasaur, I love the Squirtle, the Charmander, of course, you know, the original 3. And it's like, awesome, we're getting the cards that are that were promos in Japan. Now they're pullable for us. All we ever got was the Charmander out of Obsidian Flames. So I talked to the local game store, the owner of a local game store. Oh my god, what hit me so hard? It's like everything at one time. But I talked to him. I was like, hey, you doing pre-orders on this? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do a deal. You can get a booster box and an ETB for $150. Yeah, it was $150 for a booster box and the ETB of Stellar Crown. And I was like, cool. Let me get one bundle for right now. I was like, I'm probably gonna get a whole case. What's the best deal you can give me on a case of Stellar Crown? And he was like, well, there's 6 of them in there. Yeah, I can let it probably go for like $580 for a whole case of Stellar Crown. I was like, okay, if I don't get anything near as good as what I want out of this one, I'll come back and get a whole case. Well, he calls me up like a couple weeks before release, and he's doing his event. Wow, something hit hard there. He's doing his pre-release event, right? Calls me up. He says, hey, I don't have a whole lot of players. I had some show up, for the Stellar Crown pre-release, and I have cases of the build and battle left. You want to come get some? And mind you, this was like 2 weeks before release, official release. I say, yeah. I show up. I buy a whole case of build and battles of Stellar Crown. I don't get anything of what I want. I wanted the Bulbasaur and the Squirtle. Didn't get nothing in it. I was like, dang it. He's like, well, I think I'm going to get my allotment in next week. So a week early from release, right? He's like, if I get it in, I'll call you, I'll pick it up. I said, cool. He calls me, sure enough, a week before official release. It says,
Thanks.
your booster box here, your ETB's here. If you want a whole case, $5.80.
Thanks.
I said, all right. I show up to the store with the full intent of buying a full case. You know, I had
Thanks.
a full case of mine. I had the money for it. Aaron. Jesus, what is up with tonight? Things just hitting harder right now. But I show up. He's not there. The owner's not there. One of his workers is there, and I was like, "Hey, Sean. You know, Sean said I can pick up my stuff." He's like, "Yeah, got it right here." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What are you hoping to get out of there?" I was like, "I want the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur." He's like, "Oh, he pulled the Bulbasaur last night." I was like, "Can I see it?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can you call him up? And I'll pay $30 cash right now." So he calls him up. He's like, "Hey, he wants the Bulbasaur. Are you willing to sell it right now?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, $30 is fair. You know, the market's saying it's gonna be like 40 or something like that, right? Pre-release sales or whatever." He's like, "Yeah, 30 sounds good." So he let me get the Bulbasaur for 30. And I was like, okay, let me get another booster box. I'll take 2 booster boxes, 2 ETBs. And I'm going to open these tonight. And if I don't get what I want, I'll be back tomorrow for a whole case. He says, all right, cool. We got plenty of them. Nobody really pre-ordered. Nobody really is buying this out like we thought it was. We have a whole bunch of Stellar Crown. And then I go home, I open it up, I get the Terapagos, and I get the Squirtle, same box. I already had the Bulbasaur. I was like, awesome, I'm done with Stellar Crown. So I call up the owner, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need any more Stellar Crown after all. He's like, okay, well, you interested in this new set that's coming out? It's going to be called, like, the Surging something. I was like, yeah, put me down for a booster box and a bundle. You're going to do it for $150? He's like, yeah, 150 booster box, ETB. I said, okay, if you get me build and battles for your event that don't go to players that are sitting on, you might sell me another case. Yeah, that's fine. So I get my pre-order done. He calls me up again 2 weeks in advance, 2 weeks from release, and he's like, hey, yeah, come on in, come get your Surging Sparks, it's here. The event hadn't happened yet, like the pre-release event, like the play where, you know, you got players come in, they get their build and battles, they get so many packs from a booster box, and then whoever wins, who's going to give them a booster box, and they could pick it up after release date or whatever, right? So I go pick up my pre-order, mind you, 2 weeks before official release, and a week before the build and battle event. I come home, I open up the ETB, I get the Pikachu in the third pack into the ETB, and I'm like, okay, well, it's all downhill from here, right? That's like the chase card. And I looked it up, and people were saying it was like $600, and I'm like, there's no way. I know it's a Pikachu. There's no way in hell it's gonna be $600. I do the rest of the stream. I don't get the Phanpy, I don't get the cast form. That's all we were looking for in that set. We weren't looking for the Pikachu. The wife had previously pulled it in Japanese out of Super Electric Breaker, like uh, a week before or so, because it released a month. Super Electric Breaker released a month before Surging Sparks. So she pulled it, and so we had both of them. So I called up the owner the next day after, you know, we had opened up 4 booster boxes and 3 ETBs. We didn't get the Fampy, we didn't get the cast form. So I called him the next day, I'm like, hey, did you get your build and battle boxes? He's like, I don't know what happened, but I don't have anything Surging Sparks. I was like, what do you mean? You had a bunch, like you had cases of booster boxes, and you haven't even done your pre-release like event. He's like, it's all gone. I'm like, what do you mean it's all gone? He's like, I sold it all. Like I don't know what happened. People just started coming in and just started buying it like crazy. He's like, and it's because people are saying that Pikachu is going for about $600. I said, well, I pulled one last night from the stuff that I got from you. And he's like, that's awesome. And he's like, do you want to sell it? I'm like, no, I'm going to hold on to it, see if this market's really going to hold it at, you know, that ridiculous price, right? And I was like, so you got no Surging Sparks at all? He's like, none. And I was like, well, are you going to get any more? And he said, I'll call you if I do. And I was like, awesome. Well, Frostburn. We already got some. It's awesome for casters. Primarily like an energy build like we are. But yeah, so he was completely sold out. The craze started, the boom started for Pokemon again. And it's just been horrible ever since then. It's been bad. Like, everybody losing it. Like, Destiny Rivals, unpopular opinion, it was a mid-set, I think. They had all the potential in the world to really, like, milk the hell out of that set.
Thanks.
You could have given us Jesse and James, just for old time's sake, and that would have driven that damn set through the roof. I mean, you gave us Giovanni, right? And Giovanni is iconic, don't get me wrong, but he's not as iconic as Jesse and James. Come on, he's just not. I don't care what you say, he's just not. And they squandered that, you know? They coming up off the hype of, or what became the hype of 151. Could have given us Jesse and James. Could have just. But I think Destin would have gone even crazier. Yeah, Surging Sparks was the start of this current boom. Stellar Crown just got put on the back burner, like nobody cared about it, and everybody wanted that damn Pikachu, and it was like, nobody likes the crowns. But then the Greninja popped up out of Twilight Masquerade, and everybody was like, oh, crowns are awesome now. Now there's a Pikachu with a crown. They're awesome now. It's like, no, they weren't. You didn't care about them. But then everybody wanted them after that. But like Destiny Rivals, the Garchomp was a cool concept. You know, in the heat of the battle and in a gym or whatever, not a gym, but like, yeah, you know what I mean, like a big old competition happening. Cool. It's got Cynthia. Apparently people love Cynthia. Cool. The Mewtwo artwork is hideous. We've had better.
I am overburdened.
Crown Zenith Mewtwo's better. I said it. Crown Zenith Mewtwo is, and then in Japanese, out of what is it called? Not Shiny Treasures. Is it Shiny Treasures? No, it's not Shiny Treasures. It's VMAX. No. Yeah, is it VMAX Rising? It's not something. Whatever Crown Zenith in Japanese, it looks better in Japanese. Will they make an appearance in a set, in a mega set? Or do you mean like if they released them, would it like be well received in 2026 like the current people? I don't think we're gonna see them. I think like your true collectors, not just your investor bros and your money grab, like the actual true fans, will probably have the same opinion that I do with Destiny Rivals being a mid set. So I think they would feel like at that point it's like you're just trying to be gimmicky. You're just trying to pull us in back into it for Jesse and James. And I think that ship sailed. It's like, no, you messed up. You could have did it in Destiny Rivals. That could have been worse in the sense that everybody and their mother would have been wanting it. You know, if you would have given us, I don't know, an Arbok, a Coughing. Hell, if you would have given us the Wobbuffet with Jesse. You know, or it would have, yeah, it would have been better. It would have been worse in the fact that I think those boxes would have been technically justified at the inflated prices they're at right now, because now you have so much, you have all that iconic nostalgia happening. You know, Giovanni, Jesse James, you know, they would all have been stacked in that one set. That's it. And then 151 probably would have gotten even stupider hype, I think. Because you would have had people come back, oh, this is exactly like how it felt opening base set back in the day. And then this is like what it felt like opening the original Team Rocket set back in the day, or Gym Heroes, like Journey Together. You know, that they tried to capitalize on that too. Like, okay, we had this nostalgic set that people were going 151. Let's try to give some more nostalgia. Let's try to do it like a Gym Heroes type deal. And then everybody saw how Journey Together went. I love that set. Unpopular opinion. I like Journey Together. It's got some beautiful cards in it. It's got some unique artwork in it. Like the Chibi Iono eating her sandwich with Kilowattrel. It's you know, a unique type of artwork with an iconic, well, I guess what you could say, kind of an iconic modern trainer, you know. And then, you know, you have Lily with her Clefairy, beautiful artwork. The Ribami, also beautiful artwork. The Zacian in Japanese, beautiful card. Hop Zacian. The ones that I didn't really care for were actually N's Zoroark. That SIR was just, I think, the weakest SIR out of all of them. You know, and then Heatwave Arena comes out in Japanese, and I was just like, I don't know, Moltres, really? I mean, we didn't get an SI or Moltres in 151, right? Yes? No? We got Zapdos. Right? There's none of them. The Articuno and Journey Together is amazing. And the fact that it's just the illustration rare is kind of just a slap in the face. But Moltres, I think. Yeah. The Galarian Moltres was probably the last one out of Chilling Reign that we got like a really awesome artwork for it. Yeah, I would say. So we didn't get, Moltres hadn't gotten a good treatment until Destin, but I don't like it. Until it was what, not, yeah, just in Destin. I was like, I don't care for it. It's cool, like, yeah, it's just got a little too much going on for it, and I think the Moltres or not the Moltres, the Articuno and
I am
Journey was just a little bit, it was simpler.
I'm overburdened.
It worked. Sometimes doing too much to a card, like the Greninja, it's too busy for me. Like my eyes have a hard time
I can't
focusing
carry
on
anymore.
what's going on with the Greninja. I used to get some stuff from Poke&E from Brian, but we would order some stuff before the boom happened, the current one, because they were like, I don't know, $45 a box. Sometimes you could get them out of San Antonio from Poke-Eye for like $35 a box. But then the boom happened, and then apparently the going rate for a Japanese booster box is $100 plus. So a shop out of Corpus, we get them from them, and I think the boom that happened for Japanese product was not Surging Sparks, because the Super Electric Breaker, Paradise Dragona, which became Surging Sparks, for Japanese wasn't hitting that big. Like, I got a video on the channel where we did, I want to say it was 4 boxes for my birthday last year. We did 4 boxes of Super Electric Breaker, and I think I was complaining, I want to say we were paying $70 a box at the time, and I was complaining about that this is literally double what a Japanese box should be. But it was because in Japan, people were already talking about that Pikachu. But I think what happened to cause the truly inflated prices for Japanese was Terrestrial Festival. Because when we ordered ours, it was a specialty set.
Thanks.
Japanese specialty set. So those tend to be a little bit more expensive because they come just in the half box, or not even a half box, like a third the size. Because normally you get 30 packs in a Japanese box, right? A Japanese booster box. But in the specialty sets, you only get 10. But they do some quirks to them, like with I think 151 was the only Japanese set that I'd seen that had been a specialty set that came with full booster boxes. Like everything before that, VMAX, whatever it was, that was Crown Zenith, Shiny Treasures, which is what, Paldean Fates? Paldean Fates. All those came in boxes of 10 packs. But then you could get God packs in them. So that was like one of the little kind of gimmicky things, I guess you'd say, or the special, like that's what made it a specialty set. You could get god packs in it. And then they had like there was that one Pikachu you could only pull in the god pack in the Japanese version of Paldean Fates. Or no, Crown Zenith. Yeah. You could only pull in the god pack in a Japanese Crown Zenith. So Terrestrial Festival comes around and they're like, you're guaranteed an SAR in every single box. They had never guaranteed anything like 100% in a Japanese box. They're like, you know, your chances of getting an SR are this much. Your chances of getting an SAR are this much. So we had ordered Terrestrial Festival from Brian at Pokeani at $55 a box. And I was like, you know, it's a specialty set. We're just gonna have to bite the bullet on that one. $55. I wasn't happy about it. I wasn't happy about it at $55. Because I was like, it should be like 45, 50, alright? And it was 55. So the wife ordered 4 boxes from Brian, Pokeani. We hadn't even gotten them in yet. And Tronics down in Corpus posted that they'd gotten theirs in. And I was like, you have them in the store right now? And the manager was like, yes. And I was like, can I pay for them over the phone and go pick them up? And he was like, yeah, it's not a problem. We got a deal. It'll send you a text message. You know, it's a link to a payment. So just follow the link, pay it, and then we'll confirm it. We'll set it aside and just come pick it up. So I'm like, cool. So I buy 2 boxes and I look at the price, like I just assumed it was gonna be 55, like Brian had it, because that was kind of high. So I go to checkout and I look at it, it's like $65 a box, and I'm like, oh my god, you kidding me? $65 a box? This is highway robbery for Terrestrial Festival. So I order them, I get them.
I am overburdened.
I go and I pick them up, and the store is just flooded with people. I mean, it was just, there was just people just buying them left and right. Mind you, they were $65 at the time, right? So I messaged the wife. I'm like, hey, people are buying this like crazy. It's going nuts. So she's like, tell them to send me a link. We're gonna buy 4 more boxes. So I tell the manager, hey, wife wants to pick up another 4 boxes. Can you send her a link? She's just gonna pay for it with her card, you know. So I end up with a total of 8 boxes that day of Terrestrial Festival at $65 a box. And she pulled the Leafeon, and then I pulled 2 Roaring Moons, and the little one pulled the Terapagos, I believe it was. So we only got 1 evolution. Oh, and then I got the Crispin SAR as well. So my wife says, you know, we didn't really get too many evolutions. We want to. Oh, she pulled the little fruitcake Eevee. My stepdaughter did. So we were happy about that. You know, we got that one. You know, the reality of what was going to happen with that set hadn't fully come to fruition yet, right? We didn't know that Terrestrial Festival and Prismatic Evolutions was going to blow up to the extreme that it did. Because we pre-ordered 3 ETBs, 3 poster collections, and 3 binder collections way before Terrestrial Festival even came out. And then it went crazy. And yeah, we got it all at below MSRP because they were pre-orders, and MSRP wasn't
I am overburdened.
actually like you gotta remember too, like MSRP on a box of Pokemon was a booster box was 120 before the boom, the current one. So most places would sell them to you for like 95, right? They were selling for 95 for a booster, under $100 for a booster box. And then the boom happens, and the MSRP is 160. So now places that the boom hadn't fully started to happen, so places weren't still charging 160 for a booster box. Like when I got my Surgeon Sparks, like I said, I got a booster box and ETB as a bundle for 150. All right, so 160 wasn't even in that owner's thought to try to sell it to you at that. MSRP still wasn't the norm, I guess you could say.
Thanks.
So we ordered all that prismatic, ordered a bunch of prismatic. Didn't think nothing of it. Then everything started going crazy, and then next thing you know, it was like, maybe we should pre-order some more prismatic. And that's when the bots started, and the reality of the boom started. It's like, we can't get any more prismatic. And in a way, I'm glad we didn't,
I am overburdened.
because that set is trash to open. We've pulled every single hyper rare. There's 32
I can't carry anymore.
SIRs. We've only pulled Janine's, I call it Janine's Foot Fetish, Janine's Secret Art. That's the only English SIR I've pulled out of Prismatic. There's 32 SIRs in that set. This should have been fun to open. Terrastal was fun to open because you were guaranteed an SAR in each one of those boxes of 10 packs, right? So Terrastal was fun to open. It's like, okay, in some cases we were getting 2 SIRs. One was a trainer, one was a Pokemon. So it was really fun to open. So we opened up our box that we got at $65. My wife says, I want more. And I say, okay. We look on Pokey, Brian sold out, and he's now raised his price to $80 a box from $55, literally overnight. Tronics and Corpus, they sell out that day that we got them at, the $55 or no, $65 a box. The next day they get a whole new shipment in. They're now at $80 a box. And I'm like, hold up. Yesterday, your shipment, you had them for 65. Today you got them for 80. And then the day after they sold out with that, the next week they got a shipment in, and they were now at 120 a box. So that same box that we got for $55 2 weeks prior had gone from 55 to 65 to 80 to 120 in like a week and a half's time. And I was like, hold up. Terrestrial's fun to open? It ain't that fun to open. Not at 120 a box. I'm sorry. Specialty set, that's putting the packs at $12 a pack. it should not be that. Japanese packs are normally non-specialty sets are what do you call it? Non-specialty sets are like $2 a pack. You know, like a standard Japanese set, a box of 30 packs at 5 packs each is normally $2 to $3 a pack, because the box is supposed to only be like $35 to $45 a box. I was like, no, I mean, the specialty sets should be like $5 a pack, 5 to 7, 7 if it was a real popular set, but it shouldn't be no $12 a pack. And yeah, if I find prismatic out in the wild, I ask myself, how bad do I just want to burn money today? Because I know I'm not going to get nothing out of it. So it's like, I just feel like lighting $100 on fire today. Because I know I'm not going to get nothing out of it. Wow, how did you die, buddy? You had nothing to leech off of, huh? But I was like, so I see it now, and then I did the math the other day. Like, we had a bunch of those surprise boxes show up.
Who goes there?
At our local Walmart. Like an obscene amount. Right? And I was like, what? These aren't selling. Like, nobody's buying them. I was like, well, I wonder why. And then it clicked in my head. Oh, everybody's buying those boxes right now from Sam's Club. You know, the one that came with a whole bunch of packs. And if you could get them, it dropped the pack price to like $5 a pack, probably even less than that. And I was like, yeah, this one, it was, what is it? You get 4 packs and it's like $35 right now at Walmart when you find them for the surprise boxes. And I was like, oh, that's rough. So I just don't buy them. And it's sad because I was like, you know, I only buy stuff that fits at MSRP. But even prismatic, I'm like, it's not that fun to open. So even at MSRP, it's not fun to open. So like, these collection boxes I picked up from the local game store Saturday, I picked up the Salamence one. It's got 5, what it's got? Yeah, 5 Surgeon and 5 Destined. And it's 10 packs and it's $50. Oh my bad, 55 for the Salamence. Like, that's $5.50 a pack. That's not the greatest, but that's really awesome for how the current situation of the market is. $5.50 a pack. Not ideal. Because if you get lucky and you find them at like Walgreens, Dollar General, you know, they're $4.99 a pack. So you're saving like 50 cents, right? Okay. But the Salamence one, yeah, it was 55, so that's $5.50 a pack. The Death and Rivals is surging. Okay. What you little wall hacker you? But and then the other one that nobody really wants, I don't understand why nobody really wants it, is the hold on, sorry, brain stopped working. The Ogre Pond box, 5 Twilight Mask and 5 Temporal Forces. $50 makes each pack worth $5, you know. So that's cool. That's good. $5 a pack. That's a step in the right direction. When really it should be Oh. Oh, you little jerk. You died on me. Really should be 120 at most for a booster box, 36 packs. You do the math, it's a little over $3. Right. 350 a pack or something like 326. I did the math one time. It was like over $3, just a little over $3.
Need some help?
Oh, it's getting close to that pack price, and it's Twilight Masquerade. Everybody was going crazy for that Greninja and that Eevee. So you would think those would be going like crazy, but no, they're just kind of sitting there. I guess people don't want, like, they'd rather buy the ETBs that drop at where was GameStop? GameStop got a whole bunch of them the other day, like freaking stupid amount of Twilight Masquerade, and they were $60. So then you do the math, it's like 60 divided by 9, that's, you know, what, $6.10 a pack? A little over $6 a pack? Okay. I guess y'all want to pay more, because like at Walmart, there a whole bunch is showing up at Walmart too, and nobody was touching the Twilight Masquerade. It was just sitting there. Everybody was going after Destin and whatever else showed up. Not Twilight. It sat there for about a day and a half at $60 with ETB, and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. ETB is supposed to be like $35. If you wanted to get, you know, you would buy them at Walmart for $55 if you were just like, I got extra money, I'll pay the $55 instead of the $35. Because like you gotta, you know, the closest game store for me is an hour away, and I drive a Jeep that's set up for overlanding. So it's a brick, right? So it's not aerodynamic at all to begin with. And then you add on the bed rack and the tent and the awning and all my cargo boxes, and you add everything else onto it. It adds a lot of weight to it. I'm getting like 10.5 miles to the gallon. So the way I would justify it to myself was, well, at least I don't have to drive 2 hours, you know, 1 hour each way. Yeah, I'll have to burn up all that gas. So I guess I'll pay the $55 for an ETB today. But then if the wife was like, I want to go to one of the other cities that's an hour away, I said, well, since we're already going to be there, I want to pick up a couple ETBs for $35. I remember when they had Astral Radiance at Dollar General for $30 an ETB. Nobody was buying them. The lady, and they were still like on the shelves, like in the back, like they weren't up front like they are now. And I'd go to the front of the store with like 3 of them, and the ladies would be like, $90 worth of cards for that are supposed to be for kids. These are like kids' toys, right? And I'm like, yeah, they're kids' toys. No, I don't have a 2017 JK. Oh, you have a 2017 JK. Yeah, I had a 15 lifted on 35s, and that thing was horrible on gas. Because, you know, that Petastar V8 is... Oh, I got excited there. I forgot it's an Isthroon that I need an Ith. You know, when you start lifting them, put the larger tires on them, it's got like a Dana 30 up front, Dana 30, no, not even a Dana 44 in the back. I think it was like a Dana 35 in the back. And you're not geared properly for that. It kills your gas mileage. Which is why I went with the Gladiator, because they weren't selling. It was cheaper than a Wrangler. The JLs. And you get a Dana 44 in the front and Dana 44 in the back. But anyway, yeah, so I drive, it'd burn up my gas, and I was just like, no. I'll pay the 55 at Walmart today, but you better
I am
believe
overburdened.
when I go to Best Buy, I want to get me that $35 ETB and that $85 or $80 151 SPC or UPC. And now people want to pay how much? $200? A two-door on 35s
Impossible.
is what I would want. Oh, no poison. But due to the family lifestyle, it was, oh, I forgot to put those up. That's why. You know, deal was you have to get a four-door.
I am overburdened.
Well, I said you can have your Jeep, but it's got to be a four-door. And I was like, well, we're getting a four-door. And, you know, they don't offer a two-door in the Gladiator, unfortunately, so gotta go four-door. But that would be ideally what I'd want, is a two-door on 33s. 35s is good. Or, you know, if you're overlanding, 33s are a much more comfortable ride than 35s.
I am overburdened.
And, you know, 35s will only get you so far off-road, you know? And if you're starting to rock crawl and all that kind of stuff, you really need 37s and bigger, maybe 40s. But at that point, you're already dropping in for 1-ton axles and all kinds of stuff for rock crawling. For overlanding, is like you're 80% on pavement getting to wherever you're going to go off-roading, right? And then you got to remember, you're living in that thing. So once you get to your campsite out in the middle of nowhere, you're parking it. And once you got your tent, your awning, and all your camp gear deployed, you're not moving. If you are, it's gonna take a while to break everything down, and then take off from your campsite, do whatever you got to do, and then you got to come back and redeploy everything. So that's why like 33s is what I'm currently running, 10-ply 33s. So it's comfortable right on the highway, quiet. And, you know, if you got a good enough winch, you got good enough recovery gear, you're just going to self-recover. You're not rock crawling, you're not doing any flexing crazy, so you don't even need a sway bar disconnect or anything. You just need just enough to get out to your campsite for all those beautiful views. Oh, I swear, the challenge just keeps dying tonight. See, once my Gladiator's paid off, because right now it's my daily driver too. So, you know, 33s for daily driving, and then
Greetings.
overland is perfect. I want to get an old 60s, maybe 80s Grand Wagoneer. That's what I want to get next after this one's paid off. And I'll use that as my daily, and park the Gladiator for the overlanding. Because I just, you know, I've always wanted an old Wagoneer. In a perfect world, I'd get a Jeepster. A little station wagon Jeepster. Whoop. But I'm hoping the market here with Pokemon starts to hope the bubble pops with Phantasmal. Because you got the one big card carrying it. The one big card. And I'm sure it's an unpopular opinion. I think it looks goofy as hell. I know
Not in town.
the workers at the local game store, when I said that, they were like, what? You don't like it? I was like, no. I think it's goofy. And they were like, really? And I was like, yes, it's goofy. And they're like, well, in Mega, the gold, I was like, they're hideous. And they're like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I don't like them. My luck, I pull the Charizard and I don't want it. The wife does, she's a Charizard fan, but I don't want it. So the owner of the local game store I go to, he was like, Tuesday or Wednesday, I should have my rep coming in to tell me what my allotment is, so I can take pre-orders. So if you want to pre-order some boxes, let me know. Just call. And we can pre-order it for you. But I am not looking forward to that set. Alright, let you take it easy, man. I've been doing some streams like this lately, doing the Diablo swamp between Pokemon streams. I'm looking forward to the market crash. I'll be there to laugh at all the investor bros, and I'll just keep buying them. I'll just keep buying stuff when after the bubble pops, and maybe I get lucky and get stuff for even cheaper. It's like, oh, you got what? 13 Sparks isn't cool anymore. It's $3 a pack. All right. Destiny Rivals isn't as cool as everybody thought it was. It's $5 a pack. And it's just sitting on the shelves. Alright, I'll take it. But the one thing that really pisses me off is GameStop, yeah. Like right now, they're what? They just announced, we're increasing the ETB price by $10, 20, 10. Booster boxes are getting increased by 40 for Phantasmal. And then you're pushing the incentive of, well, if you're a pro member, oh my god, don't get me started on that. Well, I hate that whole concept, being a pro member at GameStop to get a discount on your Pokemon cards, and then them being like, well, now you can also get double what a regular member gets. And we went to 3 GameStops while we were in Corpus, right? And they gotta give you the whole spiel of why it's advantageous to be a pro member. And they gotta sell that to you. And they gotta meet quotas on that. Yeah, thanks. Finally hit them. Yes, keep hitting them. And my wife was getting tired because we'd buy a couple packs of Magic or whatever it was we're buying. And then they do this like 10-minute long spill. It feels like it's so much better if you buy it and you get $5 off a month, and that pretty much, $60 off a year. And I was like, I don't support it. The workers normally just look at me like,
I am overburdened.
but you can get double, which I said, yeah, I think that whole idea of y'all doing this is retarded. And my wife is like, be nice. And I'm like, no, you're, you know, you're capitalizing. Well, yeah, we're a capitalist country, don't get me wrong. But like, you're becoming more of the problem by doing that, right? Like they're charging you to get double the amount of stuff, charging you to get a discount. Come on, man. So my thing is, I hope when all the product is just sitting on the shelves like it was with Sword and Shield for a while, like Fusion Strike. I remember when that was sitting on the shelves, and I would tell, like, my stepdaughter was just like, I gotta have Fusion Strike, and I was like, it's not a good set. The Gengar is awesome, but that's it. It's not a great set. And it would just sit on the shelves. So we'd break down and buy her some. But all that stuff just sat there, right? All the Sword and Shield stuff, like that Paldean face, would just sit there. The ETBs, nobody was buying them. They just sat there. And they would even try to discount them, and people were just not buying it. So I'm hoping when the bubble pops, I hope GameStop still has their pro membership and they're still charging people and limiting. I hope the limits stick around, and then when they have to sit there and discount it, and they're like, now there's no limit. It's like, nah. All those pro members, they paid for that so they could get double the limit. Y'all need to honor that. Y'all need to keep that. Y'all need to keep that going. Don't all of a sudden now, because everything is sitting on shelves and you can't sell it at MSRP, you got to go under MSRP. Don't y'all start changing it up on us. No, you keep charging that $60 a year. You keep giving them the $5, and you keep limiting it to 2, and then you keep limiting everybody else to 1 or whatever it is, 2 and then 4 for pro players. No, y'all keep doing that. Then see how many people get rid of their little pro account, and then see how quickly you gotta drop it from MSRP. I mean, it happens in cycles. Like, everybody gotta realize that. Like, Magic the Gathering, it happened really badly with one set. We forgot to put that. 1%. Oh my god, that's what I needed. 1% chance of getting magic items. Oh, yes. But it happened with Magic, and like, just in recent times, and like, stores were having to shut down. I forgot what set it was. Was it March of the Machines? Or Brothers War? I want to say it was March of the Machines. Maybe it was Brothers War. Maybe it was one of those recent sets, right? And stores were having to take a loss because it also happened on what was it? I guess everybody thought Dungeons and Dragons was gonna do like phenomenally in Magic the Gathering, that Universes Beyond set or whatever you want to call it. They had like people thought, oh yeah, that set's gonna go big because it's Dungeons and Dragons, and you know. I guess they figured Magic the Gathering players probably played pen and paper as well. And I think they even thought like the 40K was going to go hard. Anyway, some of these sets come out. Local game stores buy them like crazy with the stock. And then nobody's buying it. So a lot of those local game stores had to take a loss on, and we're not talking like a small loss either. Like from my understanding, there were big losses because if you know the what is it like the retail side of it, like say you're the local game store owner and uh, you're running your shop, okay, like a box of Pokemon. If they're selling it at 100, they're probably getting it wholesale at like 85. Same thing with like Magic. If they're selling it at like 120 a booster box, like say you got, I don't know, Ixalan or whatever, right? It was a good set. That one still holds its value. I still love opening Ixalan. But say they're selling for 120. Now Wizards of the Coast tracks things a lot differently. Like they'll have the what is it, the Pinkertons show up at your house if you're opening early, and they'll like use their own little personal SWAT team to like take you down, right? And it's a real thing. You can look it up. You can look Magic the Gathering, Pinkertons, and all that, and see it's a real thing. Well, anyways, so they regulate their vendors, their local, they're like, what would you call them? Well, yeah, they're like, I guess they're vendors, whatever. Like the local game stores, they regulate them and they tell them, you know, this is what the price should be, whatever. So if they're selling for like 120 a box, they probably paid like 95 or 96 for the box, like wholesale. So yeah, you gotta remember, it's like they're not making a whole lot of money selling you a box at a fair price or under or at MSRP, whatever, right? They're not making, they're not rolling in the cash. Especially if you have a storefront, you gotta pay workers, you gotta pay for your rent, you gotta pay for your electricity, you know, payroll, all that kind of, you know, utilities, everything. You know, you're not making a lot of money. So when distribution is, you know, really messing things up for you on top of that now, or if they're having to buy personal collections from people because, oh, they got it at Walmart, Best Buy, Target, Walgreens, whatever, and then they turn around and trade it in for like 70%, whatever market price is, because now the store's got to turn around and make a profit. So now they got to sell it at market price. It's like, it doesn't help anybody in the long end. It sucks. It's all a bad situation. So anyway, so like all these stores lost money, and there was like a lot of local game stores, from my understanding, when Magic hit a low, certain sets, that they had to shutter their stores. They had to close them down because they took such huge losses on product. So I'm hoping, like, it's a bad thing to say, right? But like, I hope that happens to GameStop, because they're trying to be the trendsetters right now. They're trying to be the ones that are setting, I guess, like the market price of everything, and then they're increasing the prices on top of that. Because what was it the other day we looked? It was $36 for a booster bundle of White Flare Black Bolt at GameStop. I know, like, these are supposed to be 26, like 26.97, something like that. Like, you could go on the Pokemon Center's website and it's like sold out, obviously, but it's like 26.97. So, you know, $27 divided by 6 packs, that should be, you know, like $4 and some odd. Oh wow, I'm lucky with this one. $4 and some change per pack, right? And GameStop had them for $37. Raising the price of the pack over, you know, just a little over $6 a pack. That was dumb. And the only GameStop doing it at the time. But of course, people were paying it because the product was there. And where else am I going to get it? From some dude that wiped out Target or Walmart, and he's going to charge me market price to buy it from him out of the back of his mom's minivan. It's just so dumb right now. Like I'm glad that I have, like I said, individuals that can pick up stuff for me while I'm at work. I'm glad that the local game store in Corpus, who has a bigger, like, he's got a huge Magic the Gathering player base, and he's got some Lorcana players, and they just started up Gundam yesterday. There was an event going on, but he gets Pokemon, and his store kind of flies under the radar. And he told me, he's like, he doesn't like to put it up on social media when he gets Pokemon stuff. He'd rather his locals come in and then they see it sit on the shelf. And because if he puts it on social media, any of the pre-orders that he's doing, somebody puts the link on Discord or one of those, like, you pay that person that's running that Discord to give you a heads up and provide the links for when any pre-orders are going up or whatever, which that's all dumb too. It should not. Yeah. How's that become the norm? You know, using a Discord to get links and then charging people to use that Discord to get links to go to pre-orders.
Thanks.
No, I don't like that idea and that concept either. So he said he doesn't put his pre-orders like that for anybody to know, and now he takes pre-orders just, I mean, he'll do them through the phone if you're a regular. Yeah, he'll do them like that, but he won't announce it. He's just like, sometime this week, like if you're there in the store talking to him, he's like, yeah, sometime next week, just call me. I'll let you know. It's like, awesome.
Thanks.
Because he did it with, what was it? Destined Rivals. He was putting them on his website, on his Squarespace or whatever he had, right? And before he could even build, like, where he was doing like a bundle, where it was gonna be like one ETB and a booster box bundled together for like probably like 150, like he normally did. Somebody, like, I guess he had just put the booster, no, just the ETBs up, and I guess somebody was searching, they saw that ETBs were up for pre-order for Destined Rivals, and before he could even enter in the info for bundles, all his ETBs had sold out on pre-order within a matter of seconds, he said. So luckily he had put up the booster boxes a little bit later, and I just so happened to be looking on his site to see what he gotten restocked for singles.
Thanks.
And I saw there that he was
Thanks.
doing pre-orders for
Thanks.
Destiny Rivals, and he had booster box. He had 2 left, so we bought both of them. And he was like, I was really happy it was you guys that got it. And he was like, I'm so sorry that I couldn't get y'all more, because I know y'all normally buy so much from me. And he was like, I'm so sorry y'all couldn't get more. But at least y'all got 2, and I'm happy it was y'all that got the last 2. And I was like, yeah, it is what it is, you know. So now he's not even gonna put it on his website. He just said just to call him up. I wanted to try to get some Phantasmal. Which, and then today, man, Walmart had to have been like, about, well, I got the picture, I can look at it actually. But it was an obscene amount of those tins. The Mega Evolution tins that have
I
one
can't carry
Mega,
anymore.
1 Mega, 1 Destined Rivals in. Like an obscene amount. Like you could go in there and buy probably 5, 6 cases of it, 10 tins each, and there would still be a bunch left over. Let me see if I can find that image. I didn't think it was real. I didn't think it was real at all. I think, yeah, somebody trolling. You know, gotta be. And I looked at every single Walmart. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 24, 24 cases. So 240 tins. 240 tins showed at my local Walmart today. And there's been reports, I was seeing all over Facebook, reports of a lot of Walmarts having that between 20 and 30 cases of tins. So, you know, between 200 to 300 tins popping up at Walmarts. So I'm hoping that affects Mega Evolutions. I mean, I'm in it at the Aciola and Please Determination, SIR, right? So if those crash, and like say Lily's is only worth $30 at the end of the day because of all this, and ACO is worth 15, 20 bucks at the end of all of it, I'm fine with that. 100% fine with that. Even though when I traded Cynthia's Garchomp in, she was at a high of like 287. But I mean, all those numbers are just like, I didn't pay cash. Like, I opened up Cynthia. I didn't buy her, you know. So technically that number is like imaginary, if you think of it in a way, right? Like, I never paid the 280 for that card, and I used it towards a card that was worth like 195 at the time, and I got like $30 worth of packs, and then I got paid on top of that for that card. So a lot of my collection, for me opening, or technically a lot of it trade for, we very rarely buy singles unless it's a single that's like a couple bucks, $5. The wife will buy some of the older stuff that's a couple $100 or whatever, right? But that's already established value on those. Like, it's not, it didn't just come out, you know?
Thanks.
And you can't get the packs to open. If you do, the pack's are going to be an obscene amount of money. So we're talking older stuff that out of print. Never going to get a reprint. But those numbers are technically like what would you say? They're made up. Cynthia's guard jump, $287. Okay, I didn't pay that for it. I used it towards a card that I want that I didn't end up paying any cash for it either, and I made money off of it. So I'm still in it, just the whatever the pack price was. So that's why it's like the market could crash tomorrow. Lily's determination could drop to like $40, and it wouldn't hurt me. I wouldn't care because I didn't pay cash for it. I traded for it. I didn't pay cash for Cynthia either. She made me money, and I got a much more beautiful card out of the deal. And it used to be like people would say buy singles, buy singles, buy singles. That's like the thing to do. Right now buying singles is not the thing to do. Because like wait, what was that? Oh, truncheon. Because by the end of the show Lily had already lost value. And as of right now, she's how much? Lily, how much are you right now? I think she's cheaper than the, yeah, Lily's determination out of English is 154. Lily's Clefairy out of English is 164. So out of Mega, she's dropped quite a bit, and the Journey Together one is technically worth more, which is funny because nobody wants Journey Together. Nobody wants to open it, I guess. But that Lily's worth more. That's just, you know, it goes to show you how dumb the market is right now. So don't buy singles because you could lose, like, trade for singles, because your singles hold a lot more trade value right now, obviously. But buying singles right now, you're gonna take a loss every single time. And if that's out of your pocket, that hurts. Like Ace Riola, I paid for cash. One of the vendors here in town saw it at a show, picked it up for me, and I paid him back for it. Otherwise, I would have traded for it if I could have, but it is what it is. And for what I paid for her, I already lost money. I know that for a fact. Let's see. Cereal. Yeah, well, not bad. She's going back up. But if I would have bought her, no, I didn't. I bought her at $50 and she's down to 46. So I've lost $4 in value. Yeah, but that's fine because I really wanted that card, and it wasn't like a stupid amount like Mewtwo. 580? Really? Why? I don't get it. I guess I just don't see it. I don't see a bit of card worth that much. Some people think it is. Your investor bros probably. Or like, we need to buy this card and pump it. Just like the Booger Mew. The wife genuinely liked that card. Like, she genuinely liked it. She genuinely wanted it. So I got it at a show. I traded for it, and at the time it was only $5. And then that next day I see people are pumping it because it's the same artist as the Mew, the Bubble Mew, and it's a unique art, and yada yada yada.
Not in town.
People are just trying to justify, I guess, buying it out, raising the price on it, the market value, and I guess just trying to create an artificial hype. And it worked. Sadly, it worked. Why can't we get a giant thresher? Socketed with 4 sockets. That's what we really need. Oh, Grand Charm, yes. No. Keep hoping it's like a +1 to sorcerer skills. That's what we really need. We need skill charms. Not the lucky charms. The skillful charms. Come on, man. We haven't really gotten, I think the best thing we've gotten was that Umbrum. I think the best thing we've gotten this, how long have we been streaming? 2 hours. I just feel really tired. That's probably why it feels worse. I'm exhausted. Ow. Sometimes that lightning, I don't know if it's lag or something, but that lightning, when it all hits in one area, like, it's tearing that guy up bad.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I saved
Thanks.
your life. You're welcome. Well, yeah, sometimes it all just hits. It just seems to wreck pretty good. That's why he needs more mana leech. But I mean, that doesn't help against undead. Can't leech, or health, life leech. Can't leech life off skeletons. So that's what sucks. Getting hit by that lightning and then the skeleton, so he's not able to leech his life back. Like right here, like right now, like, oh my. We got the little wall hackers over there shooting through the wall over here. Okay, we need to... oh, there's more poison. Go away. Go away. Because I have such a low health pool that that poison hurts. Another Grand Charm. Maybe it's actually something decent for once. That'd be nice. Come on. Get him challenge. There's a potion, I'll save your life again. It's all you, bro. I can't help you. It's all you. Steal that life. Oh, he's frozen.
Thanks.
I'll help you out. I'll help you out though. There you go. A death mask. Is this Talraja? Yes, yes. We already have one though. Boo. Wait, hold on. What's his? Oh, his is much better. Yeah. But dang. At least that jerk finally dropped something. That dude never drops nothing for me. Actually, did he drop the Reaper's Toll the other days? I think so. No. That might actually be good for somebody, but not for me. Oh. We get something cool and we already have it. Oh, the poison. Oh, the poison. Click, click, nothing. Kick. Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm getting tired. I was already tired. Who's already on now? No, what the? Something good. Light gauntlets. Yes. Dang it. Let's see what these light gauntlets are. They're like, oh, no, gauntlets. Ah, I was thinking boots, greaves. Eld. Razes. Don't know how much that actually helps my necro other than the +1. Oh man. Okay. Hell. Welcome to hell. Okay. I think it's gonna be my last run for the night. Off tomorrow. Oh no, that's some lag. So maybe we do some. Yeah, we didn't even get like half a level. Look at that, that's junk. And I don't know. I'm thinking Ondario's better to farm. But this is technically supposed to have the ability to drop every single unique in the game. Level 85. Oh wait. So, oh yeah, last time we got the room for one of these. We need a, what room? A burr, but I think we can only get those Chaos Sanctuary and beyond. Problem I have is, this dude needs a better weapon to have an insight in. And he needs better armor, but I think to get the better armor, I think I'm still lacking a couple runes. Oh my. That's not good.
I am overburdened.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. I saved your life, bro. Saved your life, buddy. Uh, all that for like nothing good. Oh, not good either. This lightning could wreck. Nope. Yep. Oh, something's white here. Oh, I thought we had made it like more manageable. Which didn't do nothing. Oh,
Thanks.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, buddy, I saved your life. You're welcome. Oh, the other one where we had all the potions drop and stuff. Get him, buddy. Oh, he does so good and then he gets frozen. Maybe we need to give him something that cannot be frozen. Good job, buddy. He didn't have nothing on him though. Great. Not like last time. We're never gonna get one. I guess I gotta make another character to try to socket one. What does that show you? Give me that key. Oh my. Yep. Back it up, Terry.
Thanks.
I am overburdened.
Wow, we get nothing. Super. Super. Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh, a small charm. Oh, resistance. Nope. Kick. Yeah, I'm tired. Let's go do the last one for me. Let's see if we do some more tomorrow.